Welcome back to State of the Union. Top House and Senate lawmakers are deeply divided along party lines over whether a deadly so-called double-tap strike on a suspected drug boat in the Caribbean was justified or violated the laws of war. Here with me now is Democratic Senator and Army combat veteran Tammy Duckworth. Thank you so much for being here, Senator. Secretary Hegseth defended his actions again yesterday. He compared the operation in the Caribbean to the fight against terrorism in Iraq and Afghanistan. Listen to what he said.
What people think is cavalier or cowboy about it is the exact opposite. These are the most professional Americans going through specific processes about what they can and cannot do, understanding all the authorities, all the laws of war, all the capabilities, and applying it to deter our adversaries. The catch and release program of the pat them on the head and release them so they can go back to the fight didn't work in Iraq and Afghanistan, and it's not going to work in the Caribbean.
Like Secretary Hegseth, as I mentioned, you are an Iraq War veteran. What's your reaction?
Well, there was actually a vote by Congress to put us at war in Iraq and Afghanistan. There was no such vote. There was no such debate here in this situation. So the fact that we do have professionals, our military men and women are the utmost professionals. The problem is they've not been authorized to be at war. And by the way, the individuals in that boat were not even aimed at the United States. So everything that they've done has been illegal. It's illegal under international law. It's illegal under the Geneva Convention. And it certainly is even illegal under domestic law. It was essentially murder with that double tap strike.
I mean, that's a very strong statement. Murder, does that constitute a war crime? Is that what you're saying?
It is a war crime. It's illegal. How will you put it? It's all illegal. Look, Dan, I've been shot down behind enemy lines. Under the laws of war, if a pilot bails out, he gets shot down, he bails out, he's in a rubber dinghy in the middle of the ocean. Under all the international laws of warfare, you are supposed to help render aid to that individual. Even if they have a radio and they're calling for their side to come pick them up, you're not allowed to go back in and kill them. Even if you know that they're going to conduct future operations against you. That's the Geneva Convention. And so everything that they did here was illegal. In fact, the two survivors were clinging to half of a boat in the middle of the ocean and had no access to a radio per the Admiral's briefing. And so, yes, all of it's been, the whole operation is illegal to begin with.
Senator, have you seen the video?
I have seen the video. And it is deeply disturbing. I am mostly concerned with the fact that we are putting our American servicemen and women in jeopardy here. We're putting them in jeopardy in case they ever get shot down. We're putting them in legal jeopardy. They could be brought up in international criminal courts. And so what we're doing here is taking those professionals or utmost professionals and putting them into harm's way. And that's what bothers me the most about what Pete Hegseth is doing. He is the least qualified Secretary of Defense in our nation's history, and he's very cavalier about doing things. The fact of the matter is only Congress can decide that we can go to war, and there was no such declaration made.
I just want to make sure that that I get this accurate. You have seen the classified video of this particular strike, the first strike, and then the double tap as it's known.
No, I've just seen what's been available in the media.
Okay.
I've read the full report, but I've not seen the actual video. I've requested to be able to see the actual video. I've also been actually asked to see the after action reports from the pilots and the drone operators, as well as the intelligence debrief that all pilots and drone operators conduct after they have completed a mission.
Senator, you said at the beginning of this conversation that you don't even know if this boat was headed to the U.S. What makes you say that?
Well, the admiral who briefed Congress said that, and quite a few of the previous boat strikes, from what I've read, also were not all of them were headed towards the United States.
Senator, go ahead.
Look, if they really cared about drug traffickers, the president wouldn't be pardoning drug traffickers. They would be putting money towards law enforcement. So let's go after the drug traffickers, but let's not be committing international war crimes and internationally illegal actions to do it.
Can I just ask, just on the war crimes in the video, if you read the report, you haven't seen the video, what makes you so sure that this is murder and a war crime?
You had two survivors clinging to half of a boat, and then you went in and you killed them. That's a war crime.
Yeah. On the issue of the video, the president of the United States said this week that he had no problem releasing it. And yesterday, Secretary Hegseth didn't commit to that. He said, like, it's possible that we can't release it because we need to protect sources and methods. Does he have a point there?
No, he doesn't. Not at all. He could certainly release it to the members of Congress. We all have the top secret clearances, and we are, unlike him, unlikely to put things out on signal. And so we should have access to it. And in fact, the Democratic members of the Armed Services Committee have requested access to all of the video footage, not just the one in this particular boat strike.